Matt Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Great to be back. Feeling physically, mentally, and spiritually refreshed.
Oh, nice.
So I'm all set to get completely beaten down by the world again. So let's get started.
Okay.
Let's go. Maybe first. This is as I was heading home from the last show before vacation a week ago Friday. I'm just psyched to be going on vacation.
Right.
And not paying attention to, and I'm so meticulous about paying attention to the speed limit now.
No.
I didn't. Got pulled over.
Dude.
Pulled over for the first time in quite a while. It's been probably 2 years.
He let you go?
No.
No?
No, he did not. Nope. He nailed me for 86 in his 70, I think.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Come on, he should have let you go.
He should have, but he didn't.
16 miles over the speed limit?
They never. I think I've gotten a warning once.
He did not pull you over on the express lane, did he? Because that pisses me off.
No, I was just in the far left lane.
Okay.
But I wasn't in the express.
Okay.
Because going 86 in the express lane, that seems like a must.
I was so angry. I mean, I saw a police officer, clocking people in the express lane last week sometime.
They do that.
I thought,
they do that.
Come on now, stop it.
As soon as I looked over and I saw the motorcycle cop pointing the gun right at me. Oh, jeez.
I know.
Got me.
I got stopped last week too, so
Did you really?
I felt the same way with the motorcycle cop.
Did you get a ticket?
No.
You didn't get a ticket?
He gave me a warning.
What?
He gave me a warning.
Why?
Because I'm a good guy. I believe no one supports the police
I'm a good
more
guy.
than me.
Oh,
no one supports the police more than me.
I do. In fact, it's interesting you mentioned that because after he gave me the ticket, I thanked him for what he does. I said, not for this, obviously, but thanks for all you do. He just smiled and nodded and walked back to his cycle.
Bastard.
Drive safely, sir. All righty. Be careful pulling back out onto the freeway. Okay,
Yeah.
I will. Thank you so
thanks
much.
for nothing.
Thanks for the $250 ticket.
Oh.
Appreciate that. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, it's nice.
Good way to kick off the vacation.
Good way to kick. A great way to kick off the vacation. Really was. All right, we got a brand new bingo card this week.
Oh boy!
Starts out in the upper left-hand corner with "That's horrifying. That's horrifying." Then there's "That's not hyperbole." Oh wow, we haven't done this one in a long time. If I could find it.
Day babies.
Yeah,
we haven't heard that in a long time. Yeah. It's a good one.
Kill day babies.
We need to go through the 360 and do some
serious.
Walk down a little memory lane.
Yeah, we do. But kill day babies. You'll know it when you hear it from the Black Panther. Jeffy pretends he's in charge of his wife.
That's a tough one because it's not pretend. What's our time?
Jeffy mentions a story his grandfather told him. Also,
Urgent Fury. Oh man,
Urgent Fury
we might
from
not
Jeffy.
get to that one because that's
you don't like to talk about it. You
Yeah.
don't like to talk
I don't.
about it. I know. And then we've got this from
classic,
a very old classic from Joe Biden.
Stand up, Chuck. Let him see you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God love you. What am I talking about?
What am I talking about? You're crippled. I forgot.
You're making everybody else
Forgot you're
stand up,
crippled,
though, pal.
Chuck. Ah, darn it. Dag nabbit. Lying sack of crap. Then we've got this from...
I want my damn Trump back.
Right.
Amen.
Puddin'. And then we have this wonderful...
That's just how white folks will do you.
Little snippet from Barack
Another
Obama.
Classic.
Nanner sandwich, man.
No, it's just not even funny.
You still give me another nanner sandwich, man. Then, in a world... Pat Screech. That's where I get a little excited from time to time. The Lumbee tribe.
My name is Rhonda Locklear.
Mm-hmm.
I'm from Pembroke. And I'm a member of the Lumbee tribe of North Carolina. I have two children. And like any mother, I want the best for my boys.
Yeah.
Jacob, my oldest, is a transferring student to UNC Pembroke. And Isaac is in the 8th grade at Pembroke Middle School.
He's not your oldest.
Like most families, across the state who either don't have access to high-speed internet or who can't afford it. We were stuck with dial-up service in our home until 2 months ago.
Until 2 months ago. She's got it now.
I feel that this has put my family,
that it's put her family,
my sons in particular,
their sons,
at a severe disadvantage.
Well, it has. It really has. Yeah.
Isaac depends on the internet.
To
complete his assignments for school.
Mm-hmm. And to look at other things.
And
he often uses the internet to work on reports, projects, or at times, to just do research.
At times.
I watch him struggle with the dial-up service and observed him get frustrated.
Oh, I don't want to be frustrated.
Because he could not move around on the web like he likes.
Okay, I could listen to that all day. Then we have New Normal, the George W. Bush.
Oh, yeah.
Poor people. I
love Let me make it very clear. Poor people aren't necessarily killers.
Poor people.
Just because you happen to be not rich doesn't mean you're willing to kill.
It's true. Thanks, George. Poor people aren't necessarily killers. They probably are. Again, they probably are, but they're not necessarily killers.
I almost miss him.
Oh, yeah.
I almost miss him.
Almost. Then he speaks, and you're like, nah, I don't miss him.
No, I don't.
Rainbow dildo butt monkey.
They come up in conversation so often.
Yeah. Then, of course, there's the numbers don't lie.
The numbers don't lie.
Mm-hmm. Jeffy talks about a show he watched, which is always because he watches every show. Then Jeffy.
That's what I said.
Okay.
Thank you. And also then bicycle.
Mm-hmm. And then your Kanye West.
Whoopity scoop whoop poop 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 diddy whoop scoop
poopity poop scoop whoop
poop
poop
scoop diddy whoop.
Okay. Whoop. Then right there, the Howard Cosell thing and Man Unit rounds out the brand new bingo card for the week. Now, when you get a bingo, you call us. You be the first through at 888-900-3393. And you win the $35 towards getting something from Pat Gray Unleashed merchandise. PatHeadShop.com. Okay?
There you go.
It's just that easy. PatHeadShop.com.
That easy.
Couldn't be any easier, frankly. All right, so one of the huge developments while I was gone was, did you guys talk about Texas and Oklahoma leaving for the SEC?
No, we did not. No, we did not.
That's a critical story. That is huge. That's gonna turn college football on its head.
That's 100% official now?
It's not.
That's what I thought.
But they're saying it's a done deal. And the announcement could come as soon as today.
There were reports also about Michigan and Ohio State leaving the Big Ten.
What? For where?
The SEC.
Oh, no way. No, really?
I mean...
Oh, my... If that happens...
And then there were reports that Iowa State and Kansas wanted to go to the Big Ten.
Yes, heard that. So they would replace Ohio State and Michigan? That would be a pretty...
those two schools do not replace Ohio State
and Michigan. No, they do not.
Just to be clear. No, they don't.
And it's been reported also that if Texas and Oklahoma leave, then
you get the
Oklahoma State and Kansas State and others try to go to the Pac-10 or the Pac-12. I mean, the Pac-12 or the Big Ten. You'll find everybody scurrying trying to find cover somewhere else.
Oh yeah,
the Big 12 will collapse.
Yep,
it'll collapse unless they happen to call BYU and Boise State.
I don't. But that's. I mean,
BYU and Boise State would help. I don't know if save the Big 12, but it would help. BYU, Boise State.
They should already be there.
Maybe,
really.
Yeah, they should. They actually should. Maybe you also throw in, I don't know, Houston. I don't know, Utah.
Oklahoma,
if you could steal
Texas,
Utah from the godless animals, steal them from the Pac-12, get them all in the Big 12.
You might be able to.
Maybe those 4 teams save it. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't see Texas coming to the SEC though. I mean,
you don't see Texas coming.
They have such a great deal with the Big 12.
I know. It's a weird move to me.
Really weird.
And you're not going to. Well, they're not even dominating the Big 12 right now.
No, they're not. But they still have such a, power in the Big 12. They do,
but they're not going to have that power in the SEC.
No, not even close.
That belongs to Alabama and Florida and Georgia. Yeah. Auburn,
Missouri.
Missouri. Yeah. They're going to find some tough going.
I know.
In the SEC if they really do this.
Oklahoma, too.
Oklahoma, too.
I mean, Oklahoma's been huge in the Big 12 and dominant.
Yep.
And yet, when they face the SEC, not so dominant.
Very true.
So,
I mean, when was the last time Texas or Oklahoma won the national championship? It's got to be Texas
quite
in
a while.
2005, right? When they beat, was that 2005 or 6 when they beat USC and won the?
Oh yeah, that was huge for them. Yeah, that was with Vince.
So it's been 15 years.
Yeah.
But that's a weird move, and it's going to shake things up.
It sure will.
A lot. All right. President Biden was heckled at one of his stops. That was kind of fun.
Yeah, they were hollering at him. It seems like they were hollering at him over some pipeline deal.
Did you play this last week?
No.
Okay.
No. This was this weekend, I think.
Here he is being heckled at a campaign stop, and he mocked the Trump rallies.
Is now, and I'm genuinely complimenting her.
Thank you. Literally complimenting.
That's okay. That's all right. That's all right. No. Let him talk. No,
Look.
First.
I'm on my meds right now.
That's okay.
Still want some pudding, but I'm fairly clear.
Look, this is not a Trump rally. Let him holler. No one's paying attention.
That's funny.
He nailed him.
Here's the point.
And neat.
Yeah.
First of all, the COVID-19 deaths and hospitalizations are today among the unvaccinated people. And I know this has gotten a bit politicized, but I hope it's starting to change.
Right.
It's not about red states or blue states or guys like that hollering. Okay. It's about life and it's about death. And I know Governor Northam is going to work like the devil to finish the job. Thank you, Gov.
Does the devil actually work hard? Because I'm not sure that's a thing. Really? I know that's an expression, but I'm not sure it's a thing. Does he work hard?
I don't think so.
Evil kind of lounges around, really.
I don't think so. I know they were...
Lays on its fat butt watching TV.
He was,
doesn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
He's just pathetic. And
he's there campaigning for Terry McAuliffe, another old school
yes.
Clinton guy that lost the last time, that's trying to get his, clutches back into Virginia. Good luck. God bless.
PolitiFact, this is kind of interesting. PolitiFact labeled as false the claim that Biden wants to ban handguns after Biden said he wants to ban some handguns. I don't know how he gets away with this all the time, but he has said multiple times, too, that he wants to ban some handguns.
Yeah.
He wants to ban all assault rifles and some handguns. And so it's amazing to me that all of these fact-checking organizations continue to provide cover for him. And continue to say, that's nonsense. He's not.
No, what are you talking about? He just mentioned that his, you missed the great town hall he had last week.
I did miss it.
Which was,
was it terrific?
Impressive.
Mm-hmm. I'll bet it was.
Impressive. The whole thing was impressive. But he went on a rampage there about what he wanted to get rid of as far as he messed up, called a pistol a rifle and a rifle a pistol because he doesn't remember what he wants to ban, but he knows he wants to ban it.
Did he say that?
Yeah, it was. I can't remember exactly what it was, what he screwed up on, but he screwed up on something.
My gosh.
But, no, he screws up on everything, so it doesn't matter. The guy is incredible.
It is. It's great. He's awesome.
Yes, that's the word.
So, of course, PolitiFact throws in that the GOP is claiming that Biden wanted to ban all handguns. They never said that. They didn't say he wanted to ban all handguns. So they set up the false premise that here's what the GOP says. He wants to ban all handguns. No, that's not what they said. He wants to ban some handguns. So they label it false and, accuse the GOP of lying. Then there's this interesting little Joe Biden tidbit. Did you see that? Did you see that? Did you read about that in the paper today? You see that?
Wow, that's a good day.
So, do you remember the time? I don't know if we still have the photo of Joe Biden pinching that little girl when he's kind of reaching over her. He's standing behind her.
Oh yeah.
He reaches over and he seems to pinch her little nipple, and she was 8 years old at the time. So this was back in 2015. That was Senator Steve Daines' niece, and it happened on a broadcast on C-SPAN, which is why we saw it. Everybody saw the swearing-in ceremony, and that's where he did that. And you're like, did he just pinch her?
Right.
Did he? That is weird. So somebody actually asked her about it, asked the formerly 8-year-old girl about it.
Right.
And she said, yes. Yeah, he did.
He pinched me. And
so then the citizen journalist who asked her if he did, and she said yes, said, why haven't you gone public with this? And then I think she kind of stopped communicating. I don't think she wants to be bugged by it.
Right.
I mean, who'd want that coming down on him? Because she's, 14 now, maybe? She's 14, right. And she doesn't need that. But it's amazing. She did admit it. So Joe Biden, for whatever reason...
It's an accident.
Pinched her nipple. Accidentally.
It's an accident.
Yeah, I don't think you accidentally pinch anybody's nipple.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
If you just have if you're reaching around and you're in the middle of a swearing-in ceremony and
you're looking
thinking
down
about
the
other
line,
things,
and you're thinking about other stuff, and you just kind of start pinching.
Yeah.
I don't think that happens.
It does to him.
That's not a thing. Yeah, on purpose.
Yes.
It's pedophile-like.
Oh yeah,
it's absolutely pedophile.
Gosh, we've seen all kinds of footage of that, right? I mean, we've had videos that we've posted of all of the acts from Joe Biden that get.
And I mean, I just thought he was creepy, but that's just pedophile-like. That's sick and twisted, and a real concern. What are you doing then? Why are you doing that?
I know. We just wanted to make sure she was going to get some ice cream at the end of the event.
I mean, there's no legitimate reason to reach around and pinch her like that. It's incredible. It's really incredible. All right, let me take a minute and tell you about Omega XL. If you're in pain and you've tried everything, you've tried the NSAIDs, the non-steroidal over-the-drug anti-inflammatories, and they just don't work for you, please try Omega XL. These are the omega fatty acids that they get from the pristine waters around New Zealand, and they really work. This is backed by 35 years of clinical research. It attacks the inflammation. It essentially has an off switch for inflammation, and once the inflammation goes away, so does the pain. Certainly worked for me, and hopefully it'll work for you too. Go to Omega XL right now, omegaxl.com/Pat. And when you buy your first bottle, we'll throw in a second one for free. That's omegaxl.com/Pat or call 800-844-4888.
Pat Gray.
The Dallas Democrat Party facing a little backlash because they solicited some care packages for the Texas Democrats, the lawmakers who fled the state earlier this month to prevent the state legislature from being able to do its job.
The super spreaders?
Yeah. Yeah, the super spreaders. They now need care packages. The 58 Democrats who left the state to stop the democratically elected legislature from being able to pass bills on voter integrity and other things. They're trying to, they need, apparently, before 5 p.m. Tuesday, they're collecting Dr. Pepper, because that's important. Gosh. You can't survive without Dr. Pepper.
You can't.
I
thought it was Miller Lite they were drinking.
I don't know. Maybe they didn't have the giblets to request Miller Lite. But they want Dr. Pepper, salsa, hard candy, hairspray, travel toiletries, hand sanitizers, sewing kits, first aid, and or money to pay shipping. Oh, okay. How about no?
How about no?
How about no? Absolutely not.
How about you just come back and work and spend the money that you make working?
Can you imagine with Americans who really are struggling right now, and you're trying to raise care packages for these douchebags who fled to D.C.? And by the way, many of them, the super spreaders, got COVID along the way because they didn't wear their masks on the plane. And we know how important that is, right?
And a couple came back, right? So I thought they were supposed to be quarantined and up. Nope. Don't worry about it. I think a couple snuck back into the state.
Without being arrested and brought back to the...
I know.
Don't make these empty threats. Either do what you're going to say. Do what you say you're going to do, or don't say it. You know, that kind of bugs me. If they weren't arrested as soon as they got back in the state, like Abbott said they were going to be, then what are you doing saying it? Should absolutely be arrested and brought back to the Capitol building immediately, unless they have COVID. Then maybe you arrest them and you put them in a hospital or you quarantine them somewhere.
Right.
And you put armed guards there so they can't flee again. Ah, jeez. Speaking of which, apparently the infections are back on the rise. While I was in Missouri, I was just reading online that Missouri is the state with the worst infection rate right now. Missouri?
I don't know. I saw something this morning that talks about Florida leading the U.S. right now.
I saw that too.
But they talked about at the end of last week, they talked about Missouri. You're right. Missouri was on that list. Missouri, Texas, Florida.
Yeah, Texas.
They were responsible for 40% of the cases.
Of the new cases?
Yeah. And then today I see where Florida is leading the hospitalization surge for the new COVID cases. And they're saying that most of those are unvaccinated. Are the unvaccinated?
What a surprise if Texas is having new infections when you got people flooding across the border who are infected.
That would be a reason?
Yeah, and you're allowing them to just flow into Texas cities and mingle with the population. I wonder if that could lead to any sort of infection increase. I'm sure not. No. Because we know that only 40% of the people in Mexico and Central America are getting infected. So it's really small odds. Teeny tiny percentage of people who have COVID-19 that are streaming across our border.
And we don't even stop them, right? I mean, they come in.
No, we don't stop them.
And I mean, we don't stop and test and decide whether they're going to go any farther in the country.
Right.
They come in.
You want to get them settled first
before you know if they're sick or anything. Right.
And we're spending $2 billion not to build the wall. I don't know. I don't know why the $2 billion is needed not to build the wall, unless you're paying off contractors.
Well, I think they are, right? I saw one headline where a guy was still trying to get paid for the work he'd done.
Oh, yeah, probably.
That he'd already done.
Yeah. And so they're specifically stopping and halting the building of the wall when we've got this crisis going on at the border. It doesn't make any sense.
No, it does not.
You literally have an administration that is trying to get illegal aliens into our country. They are making a concerted effort to help them get across the border. It's unbelievable. It really is. And this in the middle of a pandemic where we're starting to see this thing, the ebb and flow of it is going the right way, or at least it was.
It was.
And now you're allowing all these immigrants. And I don't know that that's the only reason for the increase. You know, there's a lot of reasons. Like we're all indoors now because it's 1,000 degrees.
Right.
With 2 billion% humidity. And
that same, that in particular,
so we're
Texas
indoors.
And Florida and Louisiana, I think, is another strong state that's picking up numbers. Same thing.
Yeah, we're all indoors.
Yeah.
And when you're indoors and you don't have masks on, I guess, you're going to get in, you're mingling with illegal aliens.
Right. And, of course, it's because of the unvaccinated, right?
Right.
If you haven't been vaccinated.
Because of you and me. We're doing it. We're spreading this thing around, despite the fact that I haven't had it. I guess I'm spreading it even without having it.
I know.
So you haven't had it.
I know.
I haven't had it, but we're not vaccinated.
And now we're getting stories about the breakthrough cases, the people who are 100% vaccinated and contracting COVID.
Right, like the golfer, John Rahm.
Yes.
A couple of weeks ago, he was 6 strokes ahead in his tournament.
So they just pulled him out. I mean, tested positive.
He
Have a nice
tested
day.
positive, and they took him out. And he'd already been vaccinated.
Yeah, get out. And
so then he got it again.
Well, and we have
twice now. After being vaccinated, he's gotten it twice.
And the reports on Friday in New Jersey, and I don't know if it, in particular in New Jersey, because this was so many people, but 50 people in New Jersey have died from COVID that were fully vaccinated. Those are breakthrough cases. Now, they were all over 50 and, had underlying issues.
50 people who've been vaccinated.
Well, I'm sorry, 49. And under almost 50.
49 people vaccinated and died.
Contract COVID and died. And
now, even if you get COVID, it's supposed to be not a severe case.
That's what they said. And all these people are over 50 with underlying issues. That's who was supposed to get the vaccine first.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And so, I still consider myself in the hesitant pile.
Me too.
But I don't know. I talked a little bit last week while you were gone about a story. I listened to a guy that was unvaccinated that got COVID, and he said, he's a big proponent now of getting the vaccine. He should have gotten it, and he was really sick, and he thought he was when the interview was happening, he was 4 weeks in, just 4 weeks in after he contracted COVID, and he said there were a couple of days in there where he actually did think he was going to die. He was so sick. And I listened to that and I'm like, okay, well,
I'm gonna get it.
Okay, I'm gonna get vaccinated.
Yeah.
But then I stop and I think about what he said. Okay, well, he tested positive, but then they just sent him home. There was no ivermectin, there was no hydroxychloroquine. It was just go home, ride it out.
Go home and write it out without any any medication.
Right. Just take some Tylenol if you need it and get out of here. Okay.
That's not good.
Right.
Yeah, that's not good. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do about the vaccination thing. I really don't.
I don't either.
I don't either. Really don't, because you hear all these horror stories both ways. So I don't know. What do you do?
I know. I'd like to know the numbers. Jen Psaki was asked at the White House for some of the breakthrough numbers.
Oh yeah, we should.
And she pointed out some other little stories about what the CDC is doing, but she didn't have the actual breakthrough numbers.
Yeah, let's. Here's what Jen had to say about things. Well, wait a minute. Hang on a second.
Okay.
We don't have time for it.
Okay.
Here. We'll do it on the other side.
That's fine. No problem.
Because that's fascinating.
It is.
It's fascinating. She was really excited about the question.
Yes, she was.
And so we'll get into that in a minute.
Because it does. I do have questions like when they say, they're all Delta variant. Well, okay. Well, I'd like to know how they disseminate old COVID from Delta COVID to Lambda COVID to Bill's COVID. I don't know what they're. The CDC has got to have all those numbers. Talked about that when I was in the hospital.
Well, they do.
And right. Right, but we're not seeing those.
No.
We're not seeing those numbers.
Well, you don't need to. Oh. Just do what you're told and shut your mouth, all right? Just shut your fat mouth. Would you? Thank you. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. By the way, Keith obviously on vacation. Again. What does he have? 38 weeks of vacation or something? I think he has more vacation time than Glenn does. It's incredible. It's gone all the time, but obviously Jeffy filling in this week.
Does seem like he has a lot of vacation
doesn't it?
time.
Yeah, it does.
Sorry,
seems like he has more vacation time than the host, that's for sure.
Weird.
More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up. I guess that's it. There. Nothing about it. Pat Gray Unleashed. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. DMXDM, roll of paper, tweets. Jeffy gets a warning. Pat gets a ticket what we've learned? Jeffy offers a better bribe. Yes. What are you going to do? It's true. Business. Alex Berenson tweets, good morning. In case you missed it last night, the CDC's own data show Fauci, CDC director, and Surgeon General are lying when they say 99% or more of COVID deaths now occur in the unvaccinated.
Oh, that's an interesting number to see.
Yeah, it is.
Because they can say it all day. That doesn't make it true. That's a good point.
Yeah. Well, and they keep repeating lies over and over and over again. I don't know how they expect to ever be trusted again.
I don't
And then
either.
they wonder why we don't do the things they recommend us we should do. I don't know, because you're liars,
right?
Cheats,
and
douchebags.
I mean, why would we listen to they are
you?
all on the same page now. I mean, they all are on the same page of you need to get vaccinated.
Yeah.
We can't believe that only 49% of the people in America, 50% of the people in America want to get vaccinated. What did you expect?
Yeah. No, and they don't understand that there's legitimate concerns here from people. I mean, people aren't just doing this because they're Trump supporters. It's asinine. People are doing it because they've got legitimate questions about it. I certainly do. You do.
Yeah.
Everyone I've talked to who's not vaccinated does. They've got legitimate concerns. And then you've got people being fired left and right because they won't get vaccinated. Like one of the assistant coaches for the Minnesota Vikings expressed his concern over being vaccinated. Didn't want it. Doesn't want it. And so he got fired.
Yeah. Well, and the NFL, I mean, holy cow, the NFL is trying to walk that line of, we're not mandating it.
Except we are.
Except the team, except we're making the teams mandated, and the teams aren't mandating it. What the teams are saying is that if you aren't vaccinated, you're going to be treated differently. And if you get sick, we're going to treat you differently and fine you, and you're not going to get paid. Holy cow.
Yeah. Well, and they just fired the one guy. And there are players who are talking about retirement rather than being forced into the vaccination. That's how concerned they are. They'd rather quit their $1 million plus job than be vaccinated. That's not just a Trump supporter. That's somebody who's got some legitimate concerns about the vaccine.
Right. And, look, there's people we're already getting, you can pay attention if you do have concerns. You can pay attention to the community health advocates or the public health information specialists that are coming to your door.
Oh, yeah.
And giving you COVID-19 information.
Yeah.
So you can listen to them.
Could. Not going to.
Well, they're going to be at the door, though.
Could.
They're going to be at the door.
And as soon as I see him there, I'm going to slam the door in their face. So they won't be at my door very long.
Come on,
unless
Ed.
they just want to stare at my door. I mean, that's okay.
Come on, Ed.
I'll send my dog after him. That'll scare him.
How long do they stay?
She's about 4 inches long.
Oh, yeah, that's dangerous.
Yeah, she's scary.
Right
She's
off.
frightening.
So how long do you stay? I mean, how long do you figure they knock? If you're a community health advocate or a public health information specialist, I wonder what the limit is before they walk
Before
away.
they leave?
Yeah.
I don't know. Be interesting to find out, though. If they dare come to my door. Be fun. Pathead T tweets, when will the media learn that Representative Kinzinger and Liz Cheney are not Republicans? They're crazy leftists masquerading in Republican politics. They'll never learn that.
No.
They love the fact that they can call them Republicans, so it makes all the real Republicans look like they're crazy right-wing kooks when these are the nut jobs.
Yes. And these are the two that get handpicked from Pelosi.
Yep.
Which should tell you something.
Yeah, and the media loves them because they're anti-Republican Republicans.
Yeah, for the 1-6 committee.
Oh, jeez.
The day democracy almost died.
Right. And then they can call it bipartisan.
Yep.
It's a bipartisan committee.
She already axed a couple of the strong ones, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Jim Jordan, I mean, he went out of his way once he was told he was going to be on the committee to say how important it was and what he was going to make happen, and he was going to look into everything. Nope. No, you're not, Jim. Have a nice day. We're not allowing you on the committee. Oh, okay.
Wow. From Deep Cut Judy. So I guess Greg Abbott won't be arresting anybody. No, apparently not.
No, 2 came back, and they did go back to Austin. I was just looking at the Austin online newspaper, and they talked about the 2 coming back and going to Austin without, they just came back to work. They wanted to get back without any fanfare. And in the article, it says how Abbott vowed to arrest the absent members upon their return to the state. Both members have returned voluntarily without incident. So
without incident.
So
why is the question there? Why did they return without incident? Why weren't they arrested? Again, don't say it if you're not really going to do it.
I know.
Don't say it. Fauci is once again making his rounds on the Sunday shows. He did it all yesterday, and his most recent appearance on CNN's State of the Union, he shared the fact that we're going in the wrong direction when it comes to cases among the vaccinated, which generated plenty of coverage. He repeated the line that it's like we have 2 kinds of America when it comes to the very vulnerable unvaccinated part and the really relatively protected vaccinated part. Yeah, you got to say relatively protected now because too many vaccinated people are getting it. He also told Jake Tapper towards the end that it's is under active consideration to bring back mask mandates, and they're doing it in a bunch of states and cities, municipalities. St. Louis is one of them. St. Louis, Missouri, just bringing back the mandates. Los Angeles, bringing back the mandates.
And they're
several others.
Yeah, they're really making the fight for more cities to do it because they're blaming the lax of mask wearing as why the numbers are going up. And
well, I will say this. We traveled all through the Midwest. I mean, we were in Kansas, Missouri, Illinois, Iowa, all over the place. And no one was wearing a mask. I mean, the Midwest is done with mask wearing.
I don't even know.
Fed up, and they're done with it.
And I don't even know that they were really involved in it to begin with.
Maybe not.
Because I know some people from the great state of Missouri, and they live in a smaller town. And when it was mandated by the state and everything, they were like, "No, they can let them come here and tell me I have to wear a mask."
It was amazing because, we went on a bunch of tours and things. And so in some cases, we were in kind of limited area for people and just kind of jammed together, and nobody had masks on. None of us were wearing masks. And so there were a couple of times I was thinking,
I know. You start getting
I'm feeling good about this. No, this is good. All right. I'm enjoying being next to all these people I don't know. Because I've gotten a little germophobic since this has all been going on.
I most definitely have.
Really?
And I mean, we survived an actual event early on during this pandemic that we were both at.
Yes.
That was in the heart of the pandemic, man, and I was freaking out.
Right.
I mean, I went
the wedding
home.
is what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we had another one with 300 people at the cookie shop.
Oh yeah. But I don't know why that didn't. I know that, and that was worse than the wedding. That was worse than the wedding, actually.
Yeah.
As far as we were shaking hands and taking pictures and everything.
Right. Hugging people. All kinds of stuff
was the same thing because we did that at the wedding too.
But both times it was a little. You okay?
I know.
Hopefully everybody's not sick. But we were in. Was it the? It might have been. Because we went to a lot of cool places and did some great things. One of the cool things we did was to go to the Lincoln Museum and Library.
Oh yeah.
Fantastic in Springfield, Illinois. Yeah. Awesome. But we were jammed into this theater, and there was somebody right next to you on both sides. Of course, my wife was on one side, and some woman who was very sick was on the other side. And she is
really
every 10 or 15 seconds.
Oh my God.
And I'm thinking, okay, I don't know if it's COVID or not, but you shouldn't be here, right? if you're sick, stay home. Okay? Stay home.
Did anybody say,
no,
hey,
no.
baby, what
I
are
wanted
you
to.
doing?
I wanted to say, seriously, Puddin', please.
Right.
By all that is holy, get out! Come on. I mean,
right.
I think it's
in
really
today's
cool that
world,
we're all, but in today's world,
I'm surprised
where you're worried about COVID.
I'm surprised that the venue didn't act on it.
Yeah, because she and it wasn't just a dry,
not a smoker's hack.
No, it was I'm really sick cough. I've got tuberculosis or something.
I mean, that's the COVID cough, man. That's the COVID cough.
I know.
There's plenty of reports of the illness, the people that get it bad.
Yeah. And she had it bad. Whatever it was she had it bad.
Dude.
And she coughed through the whole thing.
How long ago was that? Because maybe you should be quarantined right now.
I know. Maybe.
You bastard. You bastard. I will sue your ass if I get sick.
So let's see. When was that? It's probably last Wednesday. So it's Monday now. Okay. And I'm still not sick. We'll see. But
dude, if you get sick, I swear to God.
I just remembered that just now. I'm like, because I was concerned while it was happening.
You're not so concerned that you're quarantined, are you?
No. I'm sure I'm going to come home and quarantine when I have no idea. No idea.
Okay.
But we'll see if I spread it around the whole building.
You bastard.
But seriously, if you're sick, stay home. That's what's on every announcement at every business and every church. If you don't feel good, stay home.
And I'll even give you, I've even, you into the venues where they say you don't have to wear a mask if you're vaccinated. Now, I've gone into venues where I don't wear a mask and I'm not vaccinated. So
me too.
I'm breaking their rule, but I'll give you that. But I'm not sick.
Right. We're not sick and we know we're not sick.
I don't have any kind of, I don't have a cold. I don't have any kind of flu.
You're not coughing. You're not vomiting. You're not spitting up. You're just, you're
I'm
healthy.
Existing, yes.
Yeah. I mean, as healthy as Jeff Fisher could
be. There's a lot of things going on inside.
Yes, but hopefully they're not contagious things.
Well, there's nothing flaring up right now.
There's a lot of coagulating of veins and vessels and things.
Coagulating and flaring up. Yeah, there's a lot of that.
Yeah, a lot of that. Yeah.
But you don't have to concern yourself
in nether regions that we don't want to get into. We don't want to hear about.
I mean, I can show you.
So, no. That's all right. I trust you.
So anyway, do we have time? No, we don't even have time for Jen Psaki now either. I was going to throw it to Jen because she's. Oh,
that's right.
Because we were talking about the importance.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we can. Because we were going to do that.
Because she is. This is your government.
Yeah, here's
giving you information that you need
from Jen Psaki. And here's a little something of
most part.
How it went.
Go ahead. Kelly, I'm sorry. I'll come to you next.
Two questions that I could. One, this administration has long claimed that you're trying to be the most transparent in history. If that's the case, why won't you just release the number of
why don't you just release the numbers, Jen?
You've had of vaccinated staffers?
Well, I think first we're in a very different place than we were 6 to 7 months ago as it relates to the virus. And as many medical experts have said, inside and outside of the government, those who are vaccinated are protected from serious illness.
That's what you've said.
Most are asymptomatic if they are individuals who are vaccinated who get the virus. We are in a different place in terms of the impact of individuals who may have, as you said, breakthrough cases.
Why not just provide the number? Are you trying to hide something?
No, but why do you need to have that information?
Pause it for a second.
Wait, what?
What kind of question is it? Why do you need to have that? Why do I need to have any information? Why do I ask you any questions? Because I'm a reporter. What's the matter with you? I want the information for the American people so we can share it with them.
Thank you.
Why do I want the information? Is that bizarre?
What do you want?
Why do you want the information?
What do you need to know?
Huh? What do you need to know it for? You don't need to know. What are you going to do with those numbers?
We'll give you the numbers that we want to give you. Okay?
The numbers don't lie.
But they do.
Except if you don't give them, they don't lie.
That's right.
Right? So that's...
Right. And she goes on in that where she talks about the other things that the CDC is doing, how they're tabulating the numbers.
Let's see
that information.
Case of transparency, the interest of the public, better understanding
answer,
how
actually.
breakthrough cases work here.
Transparency.
Well, first, there are the CDC tracks, and let me give you this information too. The CDC tracks across the country, of course, hospitalizations and deaths, as we have seen. Mm-hmm. They also do a great deal of tracking in cohorts and ensure that. So let me give you a little more information on this, which I think. I don't know if hopefully it's of interest.
It's not going to be the answer you want.
So the way that, because people have asked this before, so the way the CDC is actively tracking breakthrough cases, there are tens of thousands of people across the country.
Okay, we don't need this. This is not the question.
Right.
Jen.
Right.
That's not the question.
They talk about how they're tracking nursing home numbers, how they're tracking hospitalization numbers, and how they have a controlled study of nurses, of healthcare officials.
Okay.
But
none of those are what I asked you.
Correct.
Not one of them.
Not one.
Thanks for nothing.
And
Jen.
she's just not giving you numbers. She's just saying, well, yeah, we're tracking that. Okay, well,
so
what are they?
Yeah, well, I know you're tracking it. That's why I ask you for the number.
Right.
Give me the number. Why do you need that? Why do you need that number? You don't need that number. We don't have to tell you.
Right.
Who do you think you are?
Trying to hide something? Why do you need to know?
That was a great question. Are you trying to hide something?
And it was a good answer. Her comeback was a good answer, too.
Yeah.
I mean, it was actually legitimate.
For transparency, for the American people? I don't know.
It was different than if I had been the reporter, like, because you work for me?
Yeah, right.
Jen?
Right. Yeah, which is another pretty good point. By the way,
we're here to have you answer our questions.
Sure doesn't seem like that anymore, does it?
No, it does not.
That they work for us? No. It's like we're on little leashes and they control every action we do. Wow, it's upside down right now. 888.
Yes, it is.
933.93. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up. Welcome to it. Thanks for being here. Got some tweets along the way. Al Gore's artificial insanity tweets. Tucker has been reporting that the military has been ordered to put illegals on planes and transport them throughout the country. So why the spike in COVID numbers? Yeah, when 40% of Mexico and Central and South Americans have COVID, I'm sure virtually none of them.
Right, the ones coming here.
They don't have it. They don't have it. So that's impossible. By the way, speaking of Tucker Carlson, did you see that the NSA admitted that they unmasked him?
They unmasked him? Yeah. Did you see the video of him taking heat from the douche in Montana at the fly fishing store?
Oh, I
came up to him.
I didn't. Do we have that?
Yeah, I think we do. And it's pretty. This guy that comes up to Tucker, you can't even. I mean, you're out in a store and you're just going to get confronted now of how bad a person they think you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't even get my. I don't care, man. Dude, you are the worst human being known to mankind.
The worst human being.
To this state, to the United States, to everything else in this world. I don't care that your daughter's here.
Hit him in the face, Tucker. Hit him.
What you have done.
Hit him.
Everybody else.
Kick him. Knee him where he lives. No.
No, he's not going to do
He just
that.
walks away. Good for him. Good for him. That's the way you handle it.
You have to.
Whatever, dude.
Right?
Whatever. Good for you, you stupid moron. Why aren't you in New York? What are you doing in Montana? Get out. Get out of here. Go to Massachusetts, will you please, if this is how you feel?
He's here taking a break.
I know. And then it turns out he's right about the NSA.
Right.
The NSA had mentioned him in now they claim, that was just from intelligence product we were doing on other people where he happened to be caught up in conversation. That's all that was. Really? Uh-huh. Yeah, well then why did you say it didn't happen at all in the beginning? Why did you say, no, we're not, we don't have anything to do with Tucker Carlson. We don't even, who's that? We don't even know who that is.
Why do you need to know that?
Liars. And then they finally are forced into telling somewhat of the truth Because my guess is they are spying on it.
You're darn right.
I'll bet you.
You're darn right they are. It was
bet
product.
you $1 million.
It was just information.
Intelligence information product. Shut up.
It was down the line because that's their.
It's garbage.
That's what they. I forget what they call it now, but I mean that's their. If I call you.
Yeah.
And they're looking into me, then they're able to look at you and everyone that you're talking to.
Yes.
Yes. Down that product line.
Yes.
No.
No. But at first it was like, no.
What are you talking about?
We're an foreign intelligence agency. We only check on foreigners. That's all we do.
Right.
Really?
We have that. We have got, trust is...
So they lied. And so what do we... How can we possibly believe them now that that's all they were doing was unmasking?
And you've got our White House spokesperson asking the press, why do you need to know that?
Yeah.
We have the FBI being accused of helping the people who were after going to kidnap the governor of Michigan, Whitler.
Yeah.
Whitmer, I know her name. And they're also talking about how the FBI has been involved in the Garland case here in Texas, how the FBI has been involved in 1/6, the day democracy almost died. And then, who are we really going to trust all of everything you say now?
Yeah, we're supposed to believe everything they say, though.
Okay.
Yeah, so don't worry about any of the rest of that. From Joe Blob, we've got, can the nationwide spike be correlated with busing the border jumpers Rona positive to a number of states nationwide? Coming to a state near you. Why are you asking for that information,
what do you need
Joe
to know
Blob?
those numbers for?
What do you need that for? Why are you asking that?
Of course we're...
What are you going to do with that information?
Of course we know the amount of people we put on planes. And
so what's it to you? What's it to you, Joe Blob? It's none of your beeswax.
These people have traveled a long way for the love of their family to come into freedom.
That's right.
Be part of this country.
Yeah, they're the backbone. This nation was built by immigrants.
That's right.
All right, Joe Blob? Okay, not people like you. Jeffy's Meat Sweats tweets.
Oh, good.
Biden told the truth for the first time ever. A Democrat will work like the devil. We already knew they did with their policies of baby murder, theft, hate of God, and racism. Yep. Working like the devil. That's a really good point. And they've been doing that for a while. Here is some great news, though. And we have so little of it. I love it when we can share something good, something that makes sense in the world that actually happened. And this, in Maine, where you would not necessarily expect something common sense-wise to happen.
Oh, they're coming around.
Maine became the fourth state to abolish civil asset forfeiture, a practice that enables law enforcement to confiscate millions of dollars worth of property without ever filing criminal charges.
We've got big-time listeners in Maine. They're coming after the Pat Gray plan.
That's so
Let's get rid of this.
Love that. It's a very simple concept. You don't lose your property unless you used it in the commission of a crime of knowingly allowing someone else to use it in the commission of a crime. That's according to Bill's sponsor, Billy Bob Falkingham. Billy Bob Falkingham in Maine. It is time to end this workaround that makes people prove innocence rather than prosecutors proving guilt. This is one of the founding principles of our country. Yes. Yes, thank you.
Now, a lot of these states are, and I don't know the details of this, but are they still? A lot of these states did their workaround where they're saying that we don't do it anymore, but then the communities make a deal with the feds.
Yeah, apparently that's not the case here in Maine.
Okay, good, but
you can only take it if you are convicted
of
a crime. Well, okay, that's not just charged, but also convicted.
Right.
Which is as it should be.
Right. And some of the people aren't even being charged.
Right. Well, most of them aren't even charged. They're never charged.
Let alone being convicted of anything.
We got what we wanted, so don't worry about the charges. We'll just let you go because we're not going to worry about that.
You can file the paperwork downtown.
But thank you for your $70,000. See you later.
Try to get it back if you can make a decent case with that.
If you can prove your innocence. I mean, it's unbelievable. Really unbelievable. But thanks to the reform, Maine now has some of the best forfeiture laws in the nation. Of the 3 other states that ended civil asset forfeiture, only New Mexico completely abolished the profit incentive for the state and federal forfeitures. For its part, Nebraska set a $25,000 threshold for its agencies to participate in equitable sharing in that equitable sharing loophole. That sucks. Though state constitution still allows law enforcement to keep 50% of the... See, that's still wrong. You can't do that when you haven't charged someone or convicted them of a crime. You can't take their property. You can't take any of it.
Right.
None of it. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
We're making headway, though.
Yeah, I guess baby steps, but geez, this is such a no-brainer. Such an unconstitutional event that you should just be able to stop it immediately without any new laws.
But they all love it.
We've already got the Constitution.
All those police departments, the sheriff's departments, that's big money for them.
Yep. Now, the Constitution prohibits this from the get-go.
The what does?
So the Constitution, it's pretty old. A lot of people don't know about it anymore. But, there's some quaint thing. It's some old white guys wrote a while ago. It's hardly even worth mentioning. In North Carolina, the state constitution requires all forfeiture proceeds to fund public schools, but doesn't limit equitable sharing at all. So that's inadequate. I'm sorry. I don't care if it can't go to public schools. You can't just take people's property or their money without convicting them of a crime, let alone charging them with something.
It'd be interesting to see too if they if you get so the money from asset forfeiture goes to public schools. I wonder if they then pull that same amount from the state funding that they had going to public schools and send it someplace else.
Probably, sure.
So if they get the civil asset forfeiture for $1 million or whatever, then they pull $1 million from what they had allocated to make it go somewhere else. About that.
Probably.
So it's not going to be extra for the public schools. Nope, you didn't think that, did you?
You know that's true. And it's it's the scam they use with the lottery.
It sure is.
Oh, that's going to education.
It's exactly the scam.
Yeah, all that money goes to education. Yeah, does it?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. It all goes to education, Pat.
Okay,
they didn't lie about that. That's how they got it passed in Florida. It all goes to education.
Yeah.
But you didn't think that the money that we allocate for education already was still going to go there, did you? No. That money's going to go someplace else.
Yeah, because we don't need that money now.
No, we're getting the lottery
the lottery money.
I was so pissed.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of which, man, there's a lot of...
led on that.
You noticed, I guess we live kind of a sheltered life here in Texas because we don't have casinos on every corner.
Right.
Other states do.
Yes, they do.
I was quite amazed driving through Oklahoma, for instance.
Did you stop into the casino?
I actually
do a little one-arm banditing.
I didn't. No, I didn't.
Really?
No, I didn't.
Stop in and maybe pull through the cigarette drive-through, the tobacco shop at the casino.
You know, that WinStar thing that's up in Oklahoma. Yeah. That is something. That's a spectacle, man.
You are lying.
Wow, that's like a mini Las Vegas situation. And then there's other more humble casinos. Yes. But there are casinos everywhere. And then there's, convenience stores with slot machines in them. And, you can get lottery tickets everywhere. And I don't know what other games they're playing.
Yeah, you can get lottery tickets. That is everywhere.
I mean, they got virtually roulette wheels at 7-Elevens. It's unbelievable. Jeez.
Do a little spin on the table.
Wow. I mean, okay. Is this all Indian land? Or is it now spread?
I think
to non-reservation areas.
The casinos are right, but they make the fight for the machines and stuff. I think that's separate. That doesn't have to be on.
Wow, it's prevalent.
Have to be on Indian land.
Somebody's making money. I don't know who, but somebody's making some money from And then there's probably a lot of lives being destroyed. That's just my guess, and I'm sure that that's not the case.
Why are lives? What are you talking about? Lives being destroyed?
No.
They're providing entertainment for millions of people in this country,
and an opportunity to get rich.
Well, an opportunity
for the poor. So if you strike it rich when you're poor, then that's a really good thing, right? And a lot of poor people just strike it rich in a casino and become incredibly wealthy and have great lives after gambling.
Entertainment value doesn't mean anything to you for them, huh? Okay, fine.
No, you're right. Entertainment and the opportunity for wealth. They're both great. Yeah, they're both being well served right now, so that's great. That's really good. All right, let me tell you about real estate agents I trust. If you are selling your home, or maybe you're selling and buying because you're relocating somewhere, you're going to need a realtor who can get you through the process, who can walk you through it all, who can make recommendations that you're going to get your money out of. Like, should you replace your countertops? Really expensive proposition, but will people, respond to that by paying more for your house? Those are the kinds of things that your realtor is going to know about if you get your realtor from Real Estate Agents I Trust, because these are people with great track records and great marketing plans, and they're not going to just ask you to do an open house every weekend. So you have to keep your house immaculate every weekend. They really know what they're doing. So if you want to sell your home quickly and for the most amount of money, or if you want to get the most house for your money when you're buying, it's Real Estate Agents I Trust. realestateagentsitrust.com. Who is that filling in for Ainsley on Fox and Friends today? I don't know who that person is. You ever seen her before?
Mary.
It's Mary, yeah.
Okay.
Mary. Don't you know me? Don't you know me, Mary?
She does.
I don't know her. I don't know this Mary. Why don't they use, why isn't Shannon Bream on there? Filling in. She is so underused on Fox News.
Yeah, that's for sure.
They should put her on filling in for Ainsley.
Yeah,
or put her on instead of Ainsley. Or at least...
You're making programming decisions now for Fox.
Yes, I am. Because they can't do it for themselves.
Okay.
So they need my help. And, maybe Carly Shimkus or Shannon Bream. I don't even know who this other person is. So I give that to you, Fox, for free. Okay? That's free advice.
I mean, she's already
You're welcome.
In the stable.
Yes, both of them are. Use one of them. These people we've never seen before. Who is this? Wow. What happened to, the place has gone to hell since Roger left the planet.
Things have changed since Roger left, that's for sure.
Yes, they have. 888-900-3393 and at Pat Unleashed on Twitter, where Adam Snyder tweets, "So glad that Pat's back in the saddle. Missed his screaming." Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Jack Posobiec, just in, the White House knew about the Tucker confrontation, and the entire setup was planned out in advance per White House official.
I don't know if that's true.
I don't know that either.
I don't know if that's true.
Did a White House official actually admit that? That would be amazing.
I don't know if that's true. I saw some tweets from Jack about he's been pretty good on a number of issues. I saw some tweets about him making fun of the guy wearing flip-flops and missing leg day on from the video, because he's not really in that great of a shape. But I don't know that this is actually true.
Okay.
Would surprise me, though. But again, I mean, is it believable? Sure.
My word is good as a Biden. This White House sucks at providing answers for journalists asking simple questions. The new border wall is around the White House. The new border wall is around the White House and information.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's for sure.
And that came from, last week you missing the Biden town hall, but he at one point said, "I give you my word. I give you my word as a Biden."
Okay. I give you my word as a Biden.
I give you my word as a Biden.
Wow. So that's a thing?
Yeah.
Your word is a Biden?
Yeah, I give you my word as a Biden. Oh, okay.
Oh, well, that's like gold, man.
Okay.
Ooh, it's a platinum word then. Thank you. Petty Officer America tweets, the White House wants to know if all Americans have been vaccinated, but they don't want to tell we the people the number of staffers who've been vaccinated in the White House. Yep, that's Democrat transparency for you.
Oh, yeah, and they've been taking a beating over this transparency stuff because that goes back to Hunter. And they're going to be transparent in the Hunter art sales by not telling you who purchased the art and how much the art was purchased for. So we're just being transparent, letting you know that is all.
We're letting you know. We're being transparent by telling you we're not going to be transparent.
Correct.
I see. That's your transparency.
Correct.
Unbelievable. Our transparency is a lack of transparency. So just so you know that ahead of time.
Right. We're just letting you know.
Yeah.
We're being transparent.
It's unbelievable. It is unbelievable. Let's see. Joe Biden's zombie brain? Question. What method does the NSA use to entrap Americans? Answer. The 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon method.
That's a fact.
That is a fact.
I mean, it's more than 6 degrees, too, by the way.
Oh, it's as many degrees as they want.
Yep.
From Scotty Sweatman, Tucker Carlson is being spied on by the entire Democrat government. He's the underdog. He's the little guy, spied on and harassed, all for doing his job. Just for being a watchdog, even the morons harassing him and spying on him. Yeah, I was wrong about Tucker Carlson. I didn't think he was the guy for the job, but I think he's done a great job since he got it. I think it's really worked out really well.
Yes, he's been strong.
Yeah, I was wrong on that one. 888-900-3393. The U.S. is urging the Ukraine to stay quiet on the Russian pipeline. Shh, don't talk about that. Don't worry about the Russian pipeline. In the midst of tense negotiations with Berlin over the controversial Russia to Germany pipeline, the Biden administration is asking a friendly country to stay quiet about its vociferous opposition. And Ukraine is not happy about it.
Just quit your whining. Shut up.
Shh. We'll send Hunter over there again if you don't shut up.
I mean, has he?
That.
Well, speaking of that, I mean, is he officially off the board?
I don't know that he is. He's probably still on the take from Ukraine. U.S. officials have signaled that they've given up on stopping the project known as Nord Stream 2 pipeline, and now they're scrambling to contain the damage by striking a grand bargain with Germany.
Yeah.
At the same time, administration officials have quietly urged their Ukrainian counterparts to withhold criticism of a forthcoming agreement with Germany involving the pipeline. Wow.
Look, it's going to happen.
Yeah, so just shut up about it. Okay, we don't want to hear from you. Okay? We just don't want to hear from you. So don't make us backslap you, because we will. Okay? We'll slap you down like the dirty dogs you are. All right? We've done it before.
If we need something from you, we'll call.
Right.
Okay?
That's right. We'll make you change your information minister or whatever that last guy was. We booted him out of here for the $1 billion.
So it happened to him.
Remember that?
That could happen to you, too.
Yeah.
Okay? So just zip it.
Yeah.
We'll open or close any pipeline we want, and we don't want to hear it from you.
With friends like us in the Democrat administration that we currently have, you don't need Russians involved, because
boy, that's a fact.
We're just as bad, if not worse, to Ukraine and to friendly countries like this.
Yeah. With
Biden in the White House and Harris, forget it. I mean, they're probably worse than Putin to the Ukrainians. It's unbelievable. It's really unbelievable. And I guess they're just expected to take it.
Yes, they are.
You just have to take it.
Just take it.
Okay? Sorry, we just don't give a rat's anus about you. And you're just going to have to deal with it. All right? Okay? Okay.
Good.
Yeah, pipe down. Just keep your mouth shut. All right? And everything will be fine. Maybe you'll get your money. I don't know. We'll see.
You know who else needs to pipe down? Cubans.
Cubans. Thank you.
I am sick and
tired of their
Cubans.
whining.
We want to be free. We want to be free. How about you zip it?
Yeah,
okay?
We don't want to hear your freedom stuff over here, okay? We don't want to hear it.
You're not thinking about coming here, are you? No. No.
Let me just tell you, if you make it to our shore, we're going to send you somewhere else. So just know that.
Right.
Like it could be, I don't know, it might be Canada. It might be Guatemala.
And we might send you back to Cuba.
Yeah, we might.
We might send you back to Cuba.
Yeah,
our buses and planes are full with people crossing the southern border from Mexico. We don't have time for you. Okay?
We'll drop you right off at the new leadership's door so they can deal with you. You little traitors. How about that?
Yeah.
888-900-3393. Welcome. Got some tweets here from Petty Officer America. Nothing to do with Trump. Trump wants you to get jabbed. True.
Right.
It's true. I mean, this was his
deal.
This was his baby.
Right.
He saw it through. No, this is the left using their political arms to divide the country and keep us polarized by censoring the people who have actually researched this virus and have been right all along. Also from the pickled squirrel, I thought asymptomatic spreaders were going to be the downfall of our civilization.
Well, they are.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Evan Rogers, who among us? Who among us needs information from our government? What do you expect? Freedom or something?
Right.
No, not anymore.
Well, we're giving you freedom. You've got freedom.
Yeah.
Just take what we give you.
Right. Exactly right. Just capitulate, and you'll be fine.
You've got plenty of freedom.
Just be plenty free.
Just
if you get the vaccine and you carry around your papers, you'll be fine.
If you want to do something, ask before you do it. But you got plenty of freedom. You have freedom to ask.
I saw this huge billboard while we were on vacation, and it said, I want vacations. Vaccinate. And I'm like, that's weird that I'm reading that on vacation. And I'm not vaccinated.
Yeah, you were
I'm a rebel rouser and a scofflaw. And, a traitor to their country, I guess, because they haven't been vaccinated yet. Novocaine for the Soul tweets, reporter, why doesn't the administration just release the numbers? Psaki, because...
Why do you need those? Why do you need those? I just want to...
From Mandy Gifford 4, who's that reporter asking Jen these questions? She must be a Russian asset.
Yeah, you'll never see her.
A Russian asset. Exactly right.
As a matter of fact, that reporter is no longer with us.
Yeah, no kidding. From Extra White, the new Bill of Rights in the new Constitution will be 1, sit down and shut up. Number 2, wear your mask. And then 3 through 10, sit down and shut up.
That's almost true.
Yes.
That's almost true.
Yes, it is.
So, Pat.
The Olympics.
Yeah.
I've not seen 1 minute of the Olympics yet.
I was excited not for the Olympics.
Really?
And I
like
predicted
the
that they weren't going to happen again.
And they did.
They did. I know. I didn't think that they would.
I predicted they would, and they did. Told you it was too late to cancel.
No fans.
Right.
They can't go anywhere. Mm-hmm. They can't. The reporters are on a ship out in the middle of the China Sea reporting on it.
Right.
Yeah. I can't bring myself to do it. Plus,
the basketball
just so
team,
darn good.
The basketball team is. What has happened to this team?
I don't know.
They've lost to, was it Nigeria? And then they lost again the next night to Australia. And then, Now that was pre-Olympics.
Right, that was pre.
First game in the Olympics, they lose to France.
Right.
I didn't even know France played basketball.
It's so funny. I mean,
wait a minute, what?
My wife, who doesn't know sports at all, she's not big on sports at all. I'm laughing and I'm looking at the screen. I can't believe that we lost to France.
Right.
Who lost? And I was like, the Olympics, the basketball team played France and they lost. And my wife's like, they play basketball in France? Right.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yes. They actually have.
I know.
A couple NBA players in France.
I know.
Still, I don't
care. The basketball is
Come
ours.
on.
Is America.
Oh, for gosh sakes. These guys were beating these teams by 50 to 80 points before. And now all of a sudden you can't beat anybody? Can they beat Iran
I don't know.
on Wednesday? If they lose to Iran, they're done. They won't make the medal round.
I mean, if they lose to Iran, they might as well just come home.
If they lose to Iran, don't come home. That should be the deal. If you lose to Iran,
okay,
don't come home.
All right, I'm good with that.
Yeah. Okay, that's the rule. Lose to Iran, we don't want to see you again. All right? Don't come back around these parts.
And we mean it, actually. We're not Greg Abbott.
We stinking mean it. You'll be arrested, and you'll be taken to the Texas Capitol building. Where there's a basketball player dungeon specifically set aside for Olympians who can't win.
So
yeah. So you better freaking win. All right? Every game from now on, you better win. Oh, it's agonizing. Also, apparently, NBC hurt the dignity and emotions of the Chinese people.
Yeah.
And we can't have that because they didn't show Taiwan being part of China. That's because it's not. Did that hurt the dignity and emotions of the Chinese people too? Tough. It isn't. Taiwan is not part of China. So, and it's pretty clear, judging by the fact that they have sovereignty and they have their own government, and it's not a communist government. So, I don't know. I'm just saying. Huh. And they're removed from the Chinese mainland by, there's body of water between them. So,
There's that.
Sorry about your hurt feelings, but tough.
And China, just as a side note, nobody's watching. So don't worry about it.
Don't worry.
No, it's okay.
True.
You're fine.
That's true. They have nobody in the stands, which hurts it. It just changes everything.
It sure does.
That happened with football last year too.
Yes.
And baseball, basketball. And it just, I don't know. There's something about empty stands that takes the energy out of it.
Sure does.
And it makes it less interesting to watch. And so nobody's watching. But I don't know. Maybe, there's so much going on and we've been so beaten down and we got the COVID thing still and been in this pandemic. And I don't know that anybody's ready for the Olympics right now.
And they're Japan certainly, I mean, they were ready as far as the government and the officials, but not the people. I mean, they were busy protesting and wanted it shut down again.
Yeah.
And, according to them, the COVID numbers are surging again. In Japan. I mean, they went into a state of, COVID lockdown again just before the Olympics. Mm-hmm. So, we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. I mean, nobody's watching. Plus, and our women's soccer team loses right out of the bat. Done. Have a nice day. And
so they're done?
I don't know if
I don't
they're
think
done.
so. Yeah, I think it's like the basketball team. They can't lose again. Probably.
Still though,
they're in pool, what they call pool play when they're in their little group.
Yeah,
and they play each other.
Still though, and I think our gymnasts.
They're ranked number 1 in the world, by the way.
Yeah, they won the World Cup. Yeah. They're trying to be the first team to win the World Cup and the Olympics that same year.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't look like it's going to happen.
Maybe they should stop whining about how much money they're making, which, by the way, is more than the men, according to the U.S. Olympic Committee. And just play some soccer.
Maybe.
What would happen then? Maybe you might win a time or two. I don't know.
Maybe.
We'll see.
I mean, they got beat 3-0.
Yeah, by
3-0.
Was it by somebody that should not have beaten them?
Yeah, Sweden.
Sweden.
Right? Sweden. Yeah. Sweden's been their. Sweden's been their nemesis, though. Pat.
Still, why?
I don't know.
We've got some real matchup problems with the Swedes.
Sweden's been their
just don't match up well with them. Some of the girls on the Sweden team can kick the ball better than we can kick the ball. Okay.
The last time, one of the other times they played when that was like they had a 44-0 streak going, and Sweden shut them down. And the last time they had a big streak going, Sweden tied them and stopped their streak.
That's because some of the girls on the Sweden team can kick the ball, and then they kick it the other way.
This is the matchup.
And then they kick it back the other way. And then somebody will butt it off their head. And then, the Swedes are apparently really good at that. I hate soccer. I don't know if it's clear.
I love soccer.
It is the most frustrating game in the history of the world. Just as you think, oh my gosh, is somebody actually going to score? Nope. No, somebody came and kicked the ball clear back the other way. It kicked it clear back the other way.
I know, but that's what makes it exciting.
No, it's not exciting.
That's what makes it exciting.
It's so intensely frustrating.
You probably like indoor soccer, though, because indoor soccer
I don't like indoor
soccer,
outdoor, or if you're in between. If it's partly in and part out, where you come out of the building and then all of a sudden you're outside, that would be fun. Like an indoor-outdoor pool. Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great. There's nothing like soccer.
One of the exciting things that happened during the Olympics, though, during the Olympics basketball game at halftime, was that Japan wanted to show off their robotics, and they brought out the robots shooting baskets.
Check this out. This is amazing. Here's a robot shooting the basketball.
He's at the top of the key now.
3-point shot. Ooh, nailed it.
Swish.
Beautiful. All right. So then he's going to go back to half court now.
And he just rolls back. He's like a rollerblade robot, not walking. That's a little disappointing.
Robot picks up the ball by himself, and he balances it. Well, that's just ridiculous. Somebody will steal the ball.
I know, it's way too long.
Somebody's going to steal the ball from him.
Way too long.
But from half court, here he goes. And it's up and good.
Boom, look at that.
Nailed them both.
Yeah.
I was waiting for him to go all the way back to the full court line and shoot it.
It looked like he could do it.
They've apparently figured out some way where, if you do the right trajectory, right? It's just a trigonometry formula there.
Sure, whatever you say.
And just project the trajectory. And
then you're in.
And you're in, right? I mean, it's simple mathematics. And obviously that robot has it down. So that was kind of cool. Although, and we took out some of the waiting with the first shot, but it was interminable.
Yes. It was a
watch
long
him get ready for both of them.
Time,
it's like,
man.
Okay, come on.
Yes, it was like, holy cow.
It shows you how jaded we are with technology. Here's a robot making incredible shots with a basketball, and we're like, oh, come on. He held on to it way too long.
Plus, he's not walking, he's rolling. It's just, I can't take
it. You can't roll on the base. He's got to be able to dribble that thing.
Thank you.
He traveled.
Yeah, great.
Get him off the floor.
Great.
Get that thing off the
Threw
floor.
The basketball into
That's
the hoop.
embarrassing.
We could do that too. Stop.
So I wonder if he makes it every single time. Does he ever miss?
As long as he takes, probably not.
Yeah.
It takes forever.
As long as he takes 30 seconds between shots, he can do it.
Right.
All right, let's go to Debbie in Texas. Hey, Debbie, you're on the Blaze.
Morning, guys.
Morning.
Hey.
My son is in Kansas National Guard, and I talked to him yesterday. He's at his job training school, AIT, MOS, whatever you want to call it, and he told me that his drill sergeants told them this week, because this was last week was his first week there, that if they are not vaccinated with the COVID vaccine by September 1st, that they will be dishonorably discharged.
Oh, wow. My gosh. That's amazing.
So
that is amazing.
Him enough time to get the double dose.
Wow.
He really doesn't want to.
Is he going to?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, dishonorably discharged. That I guess that looks bad on your resume, or what does that do to him? What do you if your answer is when a future employer says, "Why were you dishonorably discharged?" Because I wouldn't get a vaccination. I mean, that doesn't seem like it would hurt that much. I don't know. Would it?
That I don't know.
Yeah.
How old is your son?
He's 20.
Oh, wow.
See that? I mean, that's
there's no reason for a 20-year-old to get that thing. I don't think there's any reason for it. It's amazing.
And he's a college athlete, and so that puts him. He's in that demographic for the higher risk of myocarditis. And he's trying to go into ROTC, which he's been accepted at Kansas State University, and so once you're in the college, you are guaranteed acceptance guaranteed acceptance into the ROTC program.
What if he's been dishonorably discharged from the National Guard, though?
Yeah, then he can't get in. So there's no financial aid. He won't be in ROTC. No VA benefits. So
Man,
it means a lot.
All right, appreciate it. Thanks, Debbie. Yeah, that makes it tough.
A lot. And as a veteran myself, Pat, when we stormed the beaches of Grenada.
Oh boy, in Operation, what was it called? Desert Fury? No, it wasn't. Urgent Fury. It wasn't because it's not a desert. Obviously, it's a tropical island. It's the island of Spice, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct. That's
so. It's Operation Urgent Fury.
Yeah, we saved the Western Hemisphere from communism.
Right. That's right. Right.
In my day, you don't want dishonorable discharge.
No, you don't.
So you do what your drill sergeant says.
It's an important safety tip. Thank you.
Just to point it out.
Thank you, Jeff.
Trying to be helpful to other.
No, that's great for the youth, for the young people, young people who are maybe thinking about getting into the military.
They're veterans.
Yeah,
and,
right.
Young people looking to get in.
Yeah,
it does seem. I mean, if you're in the military, you're already getting other shots and vaccines for places you travel and have to go to around the world. It does seem like let's get the vaccine and shut up.
I don't know about that. If you got into the military and this wasn't a prerequisite.
Yeah, I do have a problem with the retroactive stuff.
You can't retroactively say, now in order to stay in good stead with the military, you must be vaccinated. No. I'm sorry. No.
But that's the argument that they made with the nurses in Houston, too, and the judge said, nope.
I know. It's not America anymore. So
what do you? And by the way,
let me ask you this though.
Okay, go ahead. What do you need to know?
How hard is it going to be for the military to recruit more people in this environment? Good luck with that. If you're going to start kicking people out, dishonorably discharging people for not getting vaccinated, good luck with your stinking recruiting numbers.
Right.
Good luck with that.
And maybe that's why I just read a story how they're revisiting strongly. Putting women up to register for the draft.
Well, they have to. Why? Equality. For the equality reason.
Oh, yeah.
We need to have women subject to the draft just like the young man.
And by the way, what do you need to know if they're women for? Why do you need to know that?
Right. I mean, here's the thing. If I might be so bold.
Point of personal privilege?
Yes, go ahead, please.
Please do not use gendered language to address everyone.
All right, thank you. Poor guy just swallowed his tongue there. That's really weird.
It was really weird.
But don't use gendered language, please. Sorry. Yeah, that's a good point. Women, good luck with that. There is no reason. And maybe this is sexism on my part. I'm sorry. I was born in a different generation. I was born in a different mindset. And I just think women and men don't have to do the same thing to be equal. I'm sorry. That's what I believe. We don't have to do the same things.
Really?
You're really. There is no need for women to do exactly what men do or men to do exactly what women do in order to be equal. It doesn't have to be that way.
Why do you hate women?
I don't.
Because it sounds like you do.
I'm married to a woman, and I have daughters that are women, interestingly.
It sounds like you do, though.
No, I don't.
Yeah, I know. Maybe that's what you say. Oh, I love them. But it sounds...
It may sound that way, but it's not that way. So... In the interesting, when you make equality, which is a virtue, I think we can all understand equality is a virtue. It's just not the only one we need to consider. There are many virtues that are just as important as equality, but the left in this country has made equality our god now, and it's ruining everything. It's turning everything upside down. Stop it! Let's use equality as a factor, but it can't be the only one. It can't be everything. Stop. Women don't have to be on the front lines. Women don't have to be in the draft. It's ludicrous. And yet, here we are.
How dare you?
I know. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Wow.
The sheer, unadulterated hatred was so evident there, wasn't it?
Happy to have you back, I'll tell you that.
Let's go to Devin in Ohio. Hey, Devin, you're on the Blaze.
Hey, Pat. Hey, Jeffy, how you guys doing this morning?
Right. Doing good. Thanks for asking. You really concerned, or you just making small talk?
Oh, I'm always concerned.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I just find it curious that both administrations, Trump's and Biden's, are touting how quickly the vaccine has come to beyond trial currently. And yet, we funded the Wuhan lab so we would have the information on the virus beforehand.
Right.
And I just find it interesting because, I mean, you can only do it so fast because you already knew that it existed.
So you think it already existed and we were already working on it?
Well, we were working on some other coronaviruses and stuff. We were.
Well, they were working on mRNA technology for sure.
As well. Yeah. And they were working on other coronaviruses as well. I mean, we knew that. And we also know that, thanks, Devin, I appreciate it. We also know that they were doing gain-of-function research on different viruses, right? Even though here in the U.S., we weren't supposed to be doing that, and we weren't supposed to be funding it. But that didn't stop and doesn't stop other countries from doing that.
Right.
So, and while we also know now that we were actually, funding it through Fauci's little, I just gave it to them. I didn't know what they were doing with it. Really? Well, then you should be fired from your job.
And Fauci claims we're still going to fund it.
Yeah, because he loves it.
He loves it.
That's his deal.
It's illogical or unreasonable to stop the funding of it. We've got to keep funding it. What? Why are... the Fauci thing, I can't take it.
I know.
The Fauci thing is beyond me.
I know.
Absolutely beyond me. I mean, how much nonsense has to come from this guy before we say, okay, we're done listening to you. Please go down and go back and sit down. We don't want to hear from you anymore.
I felt like we were pretty close to that about a month ago, and then he started making a comeback.
He came roaring back.
Yeah, he started making a comeback and doubling down on it, and he hasn't stopped from that.
Nope.
I feel like it was about a month ago, and he was really making the downtrodden. I mean, it was looking like he was going to have to take a hike, right? And then nope.
No.
Oh, he's back to being on top with
he just started lying out his fat face again, and he was fine.
Yeah.
Everything's
what's
fine.
Going on?
He's back, and he's lying more than before. Let's hear more from him. Okay. All right.
Right. I mean, what is going on?
I don't know. We're a country where Kanye West has listening parties. And charges $40 for hot dogs at the listening party.
That's kind of cool.
$50 for chicken tenders. $50. And then there is no listening party at the listening party.
Wait, what?
That's where we are in America right now, and so that's fine.
I'm confused.
And it's the second year in a row that's happened. He released an album without releasing an album, and nobody heard any of the music. Congratulations.
Only on the Blaze Radio Network.